Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Chicago Bears and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Tahir Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Trubisky to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. There he goes, left side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And he's going to go down again. Markel Lee, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Stop.
On second down, here's Trubisky. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Markel Lee able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers. Because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw in that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And the Raiders have got him. Tahir Whitehead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On 1st down, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
What now? Ready? Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You must be true.
On play action, it's Carr. Throw left side, complete to Ross. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
After the sack on 1st down, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Sam off. Go on. Snap.
A first throw for the backup Peterman. Flush to his right. And nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf. Khalil Mack able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Out of the gun, Trubisky. That's complete right side to Gabriel. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On second down now, it's Cohen, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. Now Trubisky lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Trubisky will throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Trubisky. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second down, here's an option right. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That's it, baby. We go.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The first throw now for the backup, Nathan Peterman. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, lock it.
Third and long. It's Peterman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Taken from just outside the 30. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 50. Ran, touch. Check 18. Check 13.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And Nelson's got it here right side. A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. John Ross with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to... Start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Trubisky now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Three down.
Now it's Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Now Trubisky. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Markel Lee able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Tight right.
On 3rd down, Cohen. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this one is no good. He missed it. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Set to 8, read. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Deuce. Leo.
They'll run on first down. Richard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Peterman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. John Ross, 69 yards. And the silver and black continue to roll. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
Now Trubisky to throw. Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 59, Mike.
Ready?
They go play action with Peterman. Lets it go for Nelson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Let's go, boys.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They give to Martin. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Peterman. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Peterman to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. John Ross, 47 yards. And the Raiders are pouring it on. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Doug Martin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the silver and black continue to roll. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky, and the Raiders have got him. Markel Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, it's Martin. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Third down, it's Doug Martin. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Bears on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And now here is another interception. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They run it again with Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
From the 39, Trubisky is going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
And my goodness, another interception. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Martin, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.